Hi everybody, how are you? I'm Laura and today in this video I'm going to talk about a very interesting topic. It means which are the 5 most important moves or steps that you have to use, you must use in your dance when you improvise, when you create your choreography or when you perform. So it's as I always say to my students, when you create your own choreography or when you want to perform, so you choose which move, even if you are improvising, it's the same. You choose which moves and which steps you are going to use. You not just put all what you have, all your repertoire inside the dance. This will be too much and also not organized, like not interesting. Finally, when it's too much, there is not a story, how to say. You have to choose some of the moves of all what you know, and you have to put it together in a nice way, of course according to the tempo and according to the melody and according to the place where you are dancing. And this already we know it. But which are the 5 moves? Because I believe there are 5 moves, at least 5, that you must put in your dance every time you want to belly dance. Why these 5 moves? Because these special moves, and I'm going to see it very soon, they will give you really the Oriental touch and especially the Egyptian touch. So your dancing will immediately be recognized as belly dance and will be very, very different from all the other styles. In dance, most of the steps and the moves are really the same for all the type of dance. What makes the difference is the way how these moves are done, are proposed. So some very few small differences will make a huge difference in your style and in your dance. Plus there are really some moves that are really special for this dance, so we cannot forget it. So let's start. The first move I choose, the really first, is hip drops. Hip drops, as this is the dance of the hips. Of course, our hips are always the main move that we have to choose, and hip drops in all its variation, really it's a must-have. Hip drops is not just a move or a dance. First of all, I will show you, when I say hip drops, I mean this move. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, and of course you can use your arms. There are many variations about this move. This is the, let's say, the basic Oriental style. And when I use this move, it's not just to dance, I'm not really dancing. To use hip drops is a way to mark the tempo before I start to dance. So it's a way, like maybe in another style we want to clap our hands to enter in the style, in the tempo, or also to involve the people around us to give us the tempo. So in Oriental style, especially in the Egyptian styles, hip drops has the same meaning. It's a way to catch the tempo, to catch the feeling, the music, and to share it with the audience, so you can start after really to dance. So don't forget this move. This move has to enter any choreography you do, of course with differences, if it's ballet style, if it's Oriental style, if it's folklore, if it is folklore style. Let's go straight away to the second move, and in this case also I will stay with the hips. That we have to emphasize more than we can in Oriental dance. So we have hip accents. When I say hip accents, of course also in this case we have many variation and combination of the same, but I will stay in the basic. And this move that finally means that you have just to catch the tempo strongly with your hips, tuck and tuck, like this. This is hip accent. Of course you can do it faster, slower, by moving with some twist, with many variation of tempo, but the basic one must have in your choreography and in your dance, and many times of course in many variation, because this gives immediately the taste of belly dance, of the moving the hips. And finally, most of our dance, 50% of belly dance is built on this move. In different combinations, and we already saw many of them in, for example, in my 30 days technique course that you can find also in this channel. Don't forget to subscribe, of course, if you like it, so I will be more interested in put more contents and more videos for you. So we talked about hip drops, we talked about hip accents, and now let's go straight away to the third move, and also this is so much important, and of course in Oriental dance we cannot forget it, and it's the shimmy. Shimmy is not just a move, it's a way of feeling, as I say, as it's something really intense. I want also to say something, that all what I'm saying is not just, because we talked about the tempo, is not just to give the tempo. As actually you will not use it only in drum solo. Drum solo for me is just the last part of the dance, the less important, how to say. When you dance on the melody, on the voice, on the orchestra, and also on the rhythm and on the tempo. So these moves, of course, they catch the rhythm, but is also to catch the melody, and especially shimmy is a way to feel the music, to really enter in this tarab feeling, as we say, so to connect really with the song, with this amazing classic song, with the music, and to share this feeling with the audience. So let's see immediately what shimmy is. That is, of course, I think everybody knows it, is this move of the bellies and of the hips. And when you do shimmy, in reality, you are not just catching the tempo at all, you are catching the feeling. So it's very important to give yourself this chance sometimes in the music, when the music allows you to do it, when you feel it, to put this type of moves, and it will be also interesting to change when you are doing something really dynamic and with many steps and variation, and sometimes to stop in your spot and have some feeling moment. Of course, also in the shimmy you have many technique, many variation, many combination, many ways of doing it. And also for this I already provided for you a course only about it. Search in this channel so you can see all the techniques, but the important things that you don't forget this move, even if you are beginners, it doesn't matter, to put this move in your dance and your improvisation. But I want to say also another thing. This doesn't mean that you have to shimmy since the beginning until the end. This doesn't mean that you dance better, that you are the best. No, shimmy also doesn't have to be too much. It has to be really choosing the way and the moment where you put it. Sometimes to take a breath, to make your audience have a breath from so many movements, and to catch the feeling moment, as I just said. So use this move, use it well, to give really the oriental touch, how to say. So let's continue with the fourth move, and in this case I will talk about camel step. Camel step is, and also here we open really a big chapter, as camel step there are too many. And we don't need them all, we just need to put at least once really to give the taste of Orient, and especially the taste of Bedouins, the taste of desert, as this camel step is really typical of this dance. You can see something similar, but it's not the same, like waves in other style of dances, for example in hip hop, in modern dance, but believe me, it's not really the same. It's totally a different technique and a different taste. So if you don't use the correct technique, your dance will be just an imitation of Oriental dance, of belly dance, but it will not have really this original taste. You need to make it in the Oriental style to give the Egyptian, Oriental Egyptian touch. Camel step, I choose just the easiest one for you. One and one and one. Of course you can do it also side by side, so will be more visible the moves of your belly. This step we know is very easy to do it. I already explained you how to do it well in an easy way. So it's very easy and immediately give you this feeling of the desert, of Bedouins, of camels. So it's really interesting to use it to bring your audience in this journey with you in the Sahara Desert, or maybe in the Khalid Desert, in the Arabia Gulf. So why don't you use it, for example, also to turn and to mix it with other steps. So these steps is very useful, and also because allow you to move in the space. You can do it on spot, you can use some expression while you're doing it, and you can mix it with other steps. So this is absolutely a step you cannot miss it when you dance. And let's go straight away to the five move, and this one I choose because also this cannot miss in any respectable belly dance choreography, and it's any of the figure eight. As I always say, belly dance is a matter of ondulation, because this reproduces exactly the way a woman will dance on the music. I'm talking, of course, in the ancient time and as we use it now. So after all this touch of rhythm, energy, steps, we need something really who gives the fingerprint of a woman, of the female energy. I'm not saying really a woman as human being, but the energy of the dance of a woman. So any moves that is soft and undulated, so like for example any figure eight, any undulation will give exactly this taste. And we need that this move comes from the hips and from our belly, as this is the symbol, the main symbol of this dance. So any figure eight can be useful for this, but there is especially one that is totally necessary to introduce in your dance, and it is the Egyptian figure eight, and I will show you. This we can dance it in the folklore, in belly dance, also in Oriental style, in Shabi style, in Balladi, and every single style, of course, has its own rules, its own way to do it. So in folklore, I will do like this, for example, and in Oriental style, I will do it in this way, for example. It's just an example, but this is a move that I will put it in all my choreography, and I believe that you have to do it too. Believe me, give your dance really a touch, an Egyptian touch, an Egyptian style. So also this move has many variations. You can do it on spot. You can do it by moving in the space. You can do it mixing, for example, with accents, hip accents, so we can mix also with the other four moves that we saw with the camel. We can mix it with the shimmy. But even if you use it, and sometimes I suggest you to use the most simple ways to give really the shape of Oriental touch, especially if you are not really advanced. You don't need to be advanced to do this move. If you understood how to do it, it will give your dance really the special feeling and the special touch. You can use this move in all the melody music, in all the tempo, in all the rhythm, and also in drum solo. Yes, because also in drum solo you need to give this liquid shape and liquid energy to your dance. I'm saying all this so about these 5 moves just because many times I see my students confused about it. They mix, not only my students, I see dancers in general, they mix too much stuff, too many moves, and they forget the basic. These are the basics finally, and the basics is what really will give the imprinting to your dance. Of course, you have to do it with your own style, with your own touch. But if you forget one of these or even all of these, there's something wrong in your dance. It becomes maybe too much fusion, because of course if you forget this, you will put something else that maybe is not really originally connected to this dance. And so I suggest you, whatever you choose to dance and however is your choreography, whatever is your choreography, you have to insert these 5 moves necessary to really give the Oriental and Egyptian touch. So hip drops, and then hip accents, and then we have shimmy, and then we have camel step, and then we have Egyptian 8 or figure 8. You can choose also another style of figure 8. Maybe you can use the ballady one, horizontal, or there are others, but I suggest you to use the most common, the most famous and the most authentic, original Egyptian figure 8. So thank you for watching. Hope these videos can be useful for you. If you think there are some other moves that you want to suggest me and for you is important, please write it down in the comments. I will be really interested also to have your point of view. And let me know if you try these suggestions, if it works for you. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow with another video.